The funny thing is, I always thought that if I made more money, then that would solve all my problems. I told myself, if I just made more money, then I wouldn't have credit problems. If I made more money, I wouldn't stress out about bills because I'd spend my nights wondering, like, man, did I pay the electric bill or did I pay the cable bill? What am I going to do about rent? How am I going to get that money? And I always looked for new avenues to make more money. So I thought, I would stay at a job for like a year or two and then update my resume, learn what I learned, and then go somewhere else to another job. And then it's like I would master that position and then go to the next and go to the next. And each time I'm making more and more money, but I still have the same problems, And then I finally got into real estate, got my license. And I never forget when I got my first $12,000 check. And I thought, man, I just paid myself $12,000. Nobody's job has ever gave me a check for that much. So I thought that was it. But, looking back, I still had all the same fears. In the grocery store, buying groceries, when we would check out, I still, my heart would still beat. I still had that sinking feeling in my stomach and go online and check my bank account and make sure the money was available and make sure I had enough before I paid. I still had bad credit. I still, spent money frivolously. Like it wasn't the amount of money. It was the way I thought about money. And what changed for me is I got into real estate, and then my daughter graduated high school and went off to college, and I got scared. I got scared because I didn't have a regular, consistent paycheck. It was commission, and that frightened me. So I went back to work, and I got a job, and it was in the real estate profession, so I thought it would be great. And working there, it was horrible, okay? Horrible to the point where I was at the doctor's, and they told me that I was stressed out, that it was, stress causing me physical pain and illness. So I started this group therapy program, and that's when I learned about mindset. I sat there and listened to these doctors show me all this scientific research on how your mind and the way you think about things, how that can make your life better. And I've always heard, mind over money and, what you think on, you'll get, and all these things, but it never really clicked until then. And I'm like, you know what? These are trained professionals, and it was research over research and fact over fact over fact over just about thinking and meditating and just how it was so beneficial to your life. That's when I became obsessed. That's when the nerd in me kicked in, and I started learning more and more and more. And that's what brought me here today as a money mindset coach and healer. The healing part is key because we live with money trauma. That feeling that I got in the grocery store that I still get to this day. And, I was just telling my boyfriend that the other day, we have money. We got credit cards up the yin yang. We got cash. We got money in the bank everywhere. But I still have that same, anxiety feeling when we check out. I still make sure, is there money in the account? And I don't know why. It's habit. It's habit. And it's a trauma that I'm healing. And it's a trauma that I have learned to overcome and not block me from my blessing of abundance. And I want to be able to give that to others. That's been my dream. And I'm excited that I've had the opportunity to build a program where I can share that with the world. And now looking back, all along, I thought I was chasing money, chasing a higher paycheck. Really, I was chasing this dream. Each and every job that I had gave me one more piece of the puzzle to here where I am now. It gave me just a little bit more knowledge, step by step, each bill collector job, each counseling job, each coaching job, even that time I was in therapy, that gave me everything I needed to build what I built today. And I'd like to introduce you to my program. I call it the Dream Timeline Accelerator Program, because that dream, we are accelerating that timeline, girl, and we are going to get there with ease. And I've done all the hard work for you. I've had the bumpy ride, I've had the roller coaster, I had the stress and the trauma, and I'm going to help you heal all of the trauma that you've had over life. And I'm going to help guide you to your dreams. See you then.